So I did a poll on Instagram and what one was breeding leopard geckos. So I'm going to take you and I'm going to show you how we set the leopard geckos up, how we go through and breed them and keep records on them, and how we hatch the babies out. So let's go into that now. Okay, so here is our rack system. That half is snakes and this half is leopard geckos. So here is one of our setups. This is a group of raptors. Now, normally we keep one male to 3 females in a cage, and the male gets rotated out. Some cages have 2 females, some cages have 3 females. This particular one has 3. So the way I have this set up is here's the water dish, food, hide, and calcium. This is a mix of organic soil and vermiculite to help it stay moist for the days that we don't go through them. The calcium we keep in a bowl because the geckos will actually go through and lick it up whenever they feel like they need it. And food and water is self-explanatory. Now, I don't have any eggs because I've already gone through today and collected eggs, but basically here you can see we have the female raptors and I have the male that goes in here. It was the male raptor. The checks were for what need to be cleaned, but I've already cleaned them yesterday. This is where we keep all of our records for this cage. So you can see too good on this day, too questionable, too good, too good, too good on the 4th, and that was earlier in the year. Like the very first clutch they laid out of their hide. That's just basically how I keep track of what females are doing good and what groups aren't. So one of the cool things about leopard geckos, you can actually see when they start to ovulate. If you see that little glowing dot right there, down towards the center of the belly. Oh my god, focus. There we go. Those are 2 little ovulations that will turn into eggs. Here's an example of a good egg versus a bad egg. So this good egg is very white and firm. You can't really squeeze it because it's firm. It's pearly white. And here's an example of a bad egg. Basically, the way I do it, if I can pinch one full end with my fingers touching, it's a bad egg. It's very floppy, wiggly, not white, so as you can see. Yeah, it just doesn't look as good as this one right here. Here is an example of a good egg. Again, you can see same one as before. This one has a bunch of red blood vessels running all through it. A lot of the times on the very top they'll have a red circular ring. Now you want to make sure you put that ring facing up, not down. That's how the egg gets air. But yeah, this is an egg. You can candle this just on your iPhone at home. Now this is a little Tupperware container that you can find in the food section, just at grocery stores and all. And what we do is we take perlite and we mix it with equal weight. So 100 grams of perlite to 100 grams of water. And then we just place the eggs about halfway in. We don't cover them up. And males is a little bit faster to incubate than females, but usually in about 6 days you have little baby leopards. Okay, so now that I've showed you how we keep the adults set up and how we keep the eggs set up, you will get little babies as long as the eggs are fertile in about 60 days, and this is how we keep all of our babies set up. They don't stay in these smaller cages forever, but when they're younger it's nice to have them in a smaller cage. That way they have their food, water, calcium, heat, all in a general small place so they don't get lost. If you put a baby in a big like 20 or 30 gallon tank, it can get lost, it cannot find its food, and it'll just have problems. So these are perfect. These are shoebox size racks that we use, and they work awesome for these. And I'll show you another thing that I really love about these racks. Okay, so this is just the beginning of the season, but these are racks and I have the babies down here. But the thing that I love about these racks are these like little, let me get a focus, these little like clips. I have cats and both of my cats have figured out how to open these drawers. So if we just like leave it open like that, they figure out how to open it. And yeah, this is the one things I love, because then I don't have to worry. I just turn these things back down when I'm done working in them, and my cats do not get into them, because we learned that the hard way by finding a bunch of little geckos just out running around. But I will show you how we keep the little babies set up. Okay, so these hatched out probably a few days ago. They have their little food bowl, little water bowl, little food bowl, a moist hide, and the calcium. Basically set up just like an adult leopard gecko, but a lot smaller. We have two little bells right here. This one looks to be white and yellow, and this one looks to be just a normal bell. But yeah, you can order these, I believe, on TSK. The great thing about these bowls is like they have a little lip on the inside, so the mealworms can't crawl out, and they're super cheap. You can order them in bulk. These little bowls, my grandma used to own a water store in the early 2000s, and these are like the little caps that go on the big water jugs. But yeah, just really simple, really easy. Those are some bells. I will show you some other ones. We have some little rain waters here. We have a little Diablo Blanco. Little tangerine. But yeah. Now the baby geckos won't eat right away. It takes them about 2 weeks until their yolk fully digests in their belly and they start to become hungry. So if your little geckos aren't eating right away, don't worry, don't freak out, don't try to force feed them. It takes a couple weeks for them to actually get an appetite. This one's only about a week old. You can see there's still food in there. Well, I fed him today, but this little guy just started eating. He's about a week old. He's eating very slowly. But some of the other ones we have are just about 2 weeks now, and they're eating awesomely. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't overcomplicate the process. It's really simple, and just be patient, and you guys will see results from that and from your leopard geckos. Thank you.